Has ever pondered about how power is distributed within a country? It's a question that's not just for political scientists, but for each and every one of us. It's about understanding the dynamics that drive our societies, the principles that govern our nations, and the mechanisms that balance our diverse communities. This is what we call power sharing. Now, power sharing is a broad and multifaceted topic with numerous layers and dimensions to explore. To make it more digestible, we're going to delve into two intriguing case studies, Belgium and Sri Lanka. These two nations, while vastly different in many respects, provide insightful illustrations of how power sharing operates within a society. Belgium, a small yet complex nation, and Sri Lanka, a country with a rich cultural tapestry, both present unique challenges and opportunities in the realm of power sharing. So, are you ready to uncover the fascinating dynamics of these two countries? Let's dive into the intriguing world of power sharing in Belgium and Sri Lanka. Imagine a small country, smaller than Haryana yet bustling with complex ethnic composition. Welcome to Belgium. This petite nation, nestled between France, the Netherlands, Germany, and Luxembourg, is a fascinating study in power sharing due to its intricately diverse ethnic composition. In Belgium, the population is divided into two major communities. 59% of the population belongs to the Dutch-speaking community, who predominantly reside in the Flemish region. The French-speaking community, on the other hand, makes up 40% of the population and is primarily located in the Wallonia region. But what about the capital city, Brussels? Here, the linguistic dynamics take an interesting twist. 80% of its inhabitants speak French, while the remaining 20% speak Dutch. This linguistic diversity serves as a melting pot of cultures, providing a unique backdrop for the story of power sharing in Belgium. Interestingly, the distribution of economic development and educational opportunities in Belgium has not followed the majority-minority dynamics one might expect. Despite making up the majority in terms of population, the Dutch-speaking community only started to experience significant economic development and educational opportunities much later than their French-speaking counterparts. This might seem puzzling at first. After all, isn't the majority usually the one with more power and privileges? However, this scenario highlights the complexity of power dynamics and the importance of power-sharing mechanisms. In Belgium's case, the French-speaking minority was able to secure more resources and opportunities, demonstrating how power does not always reside solely with the majority. So, what can we learn from Belgium's power-sharing model? It teaches us that power sharing isn't just about numbers or who is the majority. It's about ensuring that all communities, regardless of their size, have a voice and are equally represented. It's about creating a balance, a harmony, where everyone has a fair share of the pie. The Dutch community, though majority, got their economic development and education much later than the French-speaking community. An interesting turn of events, isn't it? Now, let's transport ourselves to Sri Lanka, a country with a dominant Sinhala-speaking majority. This island nation, nestled in the Indian Ocean, has a vibrant tapestry of cultures and languages, with Sinhala and Tamil speakers forming the two largest linguistic groups. Sinhala speakers, making up roughly 74% of the population, hold the numerical advantage. Tamil speakers, on the other hand, form about 18% of the population, further divided into Sri Lankan Tamils and Indian Tamils. As we delve deeper into Sri Lanka's history, we find that this ethnic composition played a significant role in shaping the nation's political landscape. Following Sri Lanka's independence in 1948, the leaders of the Sinhala community sought to secure their dominance over the country's political, cultural, and social spheres. This Sinhala majority dominance translated into a form of majoritarianism, where the majority group, in this case the Sinhala-speaking community, wielded significant power. Their influence was so profound that it permeated every aspect of Sri Lankan society, from the corridors of power in the capital city, Colombo, to the remote villages nestled in the island's lush countryside. The Sinhala community's dominance was not merely an abstract concept, it was codified into law and policy. In 1956, an act was passed that recognized Sinhala as the official language, a move that marginalized the Tamil-speaking community. But language was just one facet of this majoritarian approach. The Sinhala majority also pushed for policies favoring their community for university admissions and government jobs, further deepening the divide between the two linguistic groups. Moreover, the new constitution stipulated that the state would protect and foster Buddhism, the religion of the Sinhala majority, which further alienated the Hindu and Christian Tamil-speaking minority. The Sinhala community, with their majority, implemented policies favoring their language and religion, causing discontent among the Tamil-speaking minority. What steps were taken to establish supremacy in Sri Lanka, you ask? Well, let's delve into the heart of the matter. Following its independence in 1948, Sri Lanka was dominated by the Sinhala-speaking community. Their leaders sought to establish their supremacy and took definitive steps to secure their dominance. The first major step was taken in 1956 when an act was passed that gave recognition to Sinhala as the official language of the country. This move clearly favored the Sinhala-speaking majority and was a strategic decision to assert their dominance. The second significant step was the implementation of preferential policies that favored Sinhala applicants for university positions and government jobs. This move further entrenched the dominance of the Sinhala-speaking community as it systematically marginalized the Tamil-speaking minority from key sectors of society. The third step was the introduction of a new constitution. This constitution stipulated the protection and fostering of Buddhism, the religion of the majority Sinhala speakers. By institutionalizing Buddhism in the constitution, the Sinhala-speaking community effectively used religion as a tool to consolidate their dominance. These steps were not random acts but a calculated strategy to establish the supremacy of the Sinhala-speaking community. It was a clear attempt to create a nation that was dominated by one language, one religion, and one community. The result, however, was far from harmonious. These measures escalated the tension between the Sinhala and Tamil communities, leading to a sense of alienation among the Tamil speakers. The feeling of exclusion and discrimination among the Tamil-speaking community was palpable, and it eventually led to decades of conflict and violence. So, establishing supremacy in Sri Lanka was not a simple process. It involved strategic decisions and policies that favored the majority at the expense of the minority. The impact of these steps was profound and long-lasting, shaping the socio-political landscape of the nation for years to come. These measures escalated the tension between the Sinhala and Tamil communities, leading to a sense of alienation among the Tamil speakers. The repercussions of majoritarianism in Sri Lanka were far-reaching and profound. As the Sinhala community sought to secure dominance, the Tamil-speaking community found themselves in an increasingly precarious position. The policies instituted by the government, such as the recognition of Sinhala as the official language and preferential treatment for Sinhala applicants in universities and government jobs, created an atmosphere of exclusion and discrimination. The Tamil-speaking community, constituting a significant 18% of the population, felt marginalized. Their language, an integral part of their identity, was not given the same status as Sinhala. This left them feeling that their culture and identity were not respected or valued by the state. Further, the new constitution, which sought to protect and foster Buddhism, was seen by the Tamil-speaking community as another step towards undermining their rights. The constitution, in their eyes, favored one religious group over others, leading to feelings of religious discrimination. The implementation of these measures led to a profound sense of discontentment among the Tamil-speaking community. They felt that their political rights were being denied, that their language and culture were being sidelined, and that their religious freedoms were being threatened. This feeling of marginalization led to strained relations between the Sinhala and Tamil-speaking communities. The Tamil-speaking community's sense of exclusion and marginalization was not just a perception, but a reality that was reflected in the policies and actions of the state. The situation in Sri Lanka demonstrates the pitfalls of majoritarianism. A system that prioritizes the majority over the minority can lead to social unrest, division, and conflict. It highlights the importance of power sharing and the need for a system that respects and values the rights, culture, and identities of all its citizens, regardless of their ethnic or linguistic background. The Tamil-speaking community's discontentment led to strained relations, showcasing the pitfalls of majoritarianism. Power sharing, as we've seen, is a delicate balancing act. The case studies of Belgium and Sri Lanka have shown us how power can be distributed or monopolized and the effects it can have on a society. Belgium, with its complex ethnic composition, has managed to maintain social harmony by adopting a system of power sharing that respects the linguistic and regional differences of its population. On the other hand, Sri Lanka's approach of majoritarianism, where the Sinhala-speaking majority sought dominance, led to social unrest and conflict. The key takeaway here is that equitable power sharing is essential for social harmony. It's not just about dividing power equally, but also about recognizing and respecting the diverse identities and needs within a society. Power, when shared fairly, can be a tool for unity and prosperity. So, the next time you think about power, remember that sharing it equitably makes for a harmonious society. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning,